Hi, I'm Rayna, and today I'm going to be teaching you a little bit about how to animate. The first thing you will need is something to animate on, preferably some kind of drawing tablet like an iPad and a stylus. Here, I will be telling you guys about frame easing, anticipation, and overshooting. Here, you can see that I have pre-prepared a ball on a stick to use as my model for this throwing motion. Now, you could just try to animate this on a flat plane and have it work like this, but this looks a bit bland and it does not look like it follows the rules of physics. This feels kind of lifeless. What can we do to fix it? In order to animate more natural throwing movements, you're going to want to tip whatever you're throwing back from the throwing motion by 1 to 2 frames in anticipation of the movement. Here you can see that in this demonstration I have pushed this ball on a stick 1 or 2 frames backwards from where it had originally started from. As you can see here, this one looks a lot more lifelike, as if someone were actually throwing the ball on a stick, as opposed to it just gliding through the air. Now let's take a look at overshooting. Similar to anticipation, overshooting happens in animation when you want your movements of an object to look more fluid. In order to apply overshooting, you're going to want to make the object you are trying to throw go over the goal by 1 or 2 frames, just like anticipation, in order to give the illusion that the object is again obeying physics. Now, onto frame easing. It is important to understand that within animation, if you have several shots or frames of your subject being very close together, it will appear as if that subject is moving slower. And if your shots are of the subject moving further apart with fewer frames, it will appear as if the subject is moving quicker. Now imagine a car, for instance. A car in the real world does not move from 0 to 100 instantaneously. It first speeds up a little bit before reaching that maximum velocity, and then slows down when it reaches its goal or stopping point. To apply this to animation, you would simply draw more frames of whatever your subject is doing in the beginning and then in the end of the animation to kind of smooth it out instead of having it feel choppy or too fast-paced. That was my video on some basics of animation. I hope you enjoyed. Bye!